Friends all, I greet you with blessings, with a good day, good evening, good night, wherever you are at this time. I have been asked why I only address friends. I will explain. This does not refer to any particular group of people. Every last person, big or small in any way, I consider my friend. Those who do not consider me a friend, I still accept them, since that is the first order of God, and they have something to offer, either to help their fellow man or myself by the criticism they offer. I understand that because of the work I undertook for the last 15 years, all for the cause of Montserrat, I realized from very early, particularly when the crisis began, that I would make some enemies, since my job in attempting to bring the facts and the truth out will always offend someone while it pleases someone else. These people too are my friends, just like the honest and unfortunate ones who come from abroad to work with us. Now, my assent to my nomination, and thus my decision to contest the 2009 general election, which will take place on September 8th, on Tuesday next week, was a somewhat late acquiescence. For years, several years, many of the good people of this island have encouraged me to stand as a candidate to serve in the legislature of Montserrat. Until recently, I have only politely declined their invitations and thanked them for their generous consideration. My energies, as you may well be aware, have been focused mainly on giving my people a voice through the newspaper I run as the editor, that is the Montserrat Reporter. But there are moments for all of us when we feel guided, we feel quickened by the Holy Spirit, with a belief that this is the precise time we must humbly employ our God-given faculties to a different task. And believe me, there have been many. We are needed elsewhere. I am a candidate in this election seeking from a great people their vote, because I have, as I have quietly shown for many, many years, a deep sentiment of care towards our people. For those amongst us whose better years have passed and whose elderly care has been entrusted to all of us, and to those still to come, to an age of responsibility, who will become our island's caretakers. These young people in particular will need our full attention. They must not only get high passes at exam time, but we must aim to make them wholesome and truly ready to take their rightful place among us. For the past 4 years, I have not received the support to get them to a place where their voices can be heard in a big way, even though UNICEF has agreed to fund it. Oh yes, they need equal attention like any other issue in this country. And may I say, even those well beyond our shores, where they have had to sojourn because they had to. That brings me to talk about what I propose as the reason for my wanting to be a part of the next government in whatever capacity you decide, one way or another. As I speak with people, they say straight up to me, all of you are the same, all of you the same. You make promises and you can't keep them. You make promises and you don't keep them. That's what they say. Well, I tell them, I understand and I agree. That is why I am here, to be different, to bring a difference. Yes, there are those who like to use the phrase best interest of Montserrat and say they have Montserrat's best interest at heart. I don't like to hear it, and you don't like it anymore either. What happens, even if they meant it, is this: when they get there, it becomes me at heart. The M in Montserrat becomes me. And you never see or hear from them again until election comes around. I am offering the complete opposite, because I believe that is what the people want and will make the difference in how we move forward. There must be meaningful consultation with the people we serve. It is the only way that can work. Now we talk about what we can do for people. Please, my friends, do not be fooled by the fancy plans that sound good. It is exactly what you heard before. And so yes, I agree with you. All of us know what we need to do in this country. Some of us only believe we do. There are priorities beginning with our economy, the young people, and the list does go on and on. And not only our people here, but the people in the diaspora. There are many little things that we must fix to fix the problems, beginning with the way we respect and how we do business with one another and those who aid us. Don't you ask how come we have all these nice plans and achieve so little or nothing? All the things promised can only come from fixing things that we have to do before we get to them. Every year a budget is put together to do things. No one discusses it with you. They tell you about it once at a budget speech, and never again you hear about it. This is the document which lays out the money they will get, or we will get, and we will spend. Then there is the overall plan called the Sustainable Development Plan, SDP. That is discussed at all top level, and they even invite some of us to discuss it with them. It is approved and then agreed to by the British after discussion. It is supposed to propel us forward, to create jobs, to put food on our table and develop the country. Where the problem is what happens with the plan which hardly included you. Communication, my friends, and that is my strength, or one of my strengths. It is how to involve you before, during, and after. All the things that you hear about what is to be done here and there are already planned. The problem after that is getting the funding from the British or wherever or from whoever. That is something that we cannot discuss all at once at this time. But I will say it is in that department I will also bring some strength. Negotiation skills, presentation skills. These are what I have done for all these years, locally, regionally, and all over. It is the job of your leaders to carry out. Montserrat has some of the best educated, brightest, and hard-working, intelligent people around, particularly in our civil service. No task is insurmountable. We only have to provide the atmosphere and encouragement for these people to perform, and the directive. We can do it, but must change, and we will do it. I listen to some, and it is the things they say that will condemn them, the very things they cast at others. See it in themselves. I realize, and you will see already, how they deceive with their pretense. I would like to lead the way to change all this. Vote for me, Bennette Roach, and the group I already work with. Discussions and representation leading to honest, fair, and respectful decisions is what we need, not hand-me-down decisions. I believe in all the justice that we can get. I believe in this. It is what will benefit the overall development and well-being of Montserratians, not just here, but wherever they are in huge numbers in the diaspora, which we call the diaspora, but I'm talking about the UK, especially, the US, and the rest of the Caribbean. It is why we must show respect for the decent, hard-working brothers and sisters, as I have been doing over the years. They are here, but we have our own out there. We have our own people out there seeking what they seek here. Vote for integrity, respect, justice, fairness, and honest representation. This is what I offer as I ask you to vote for me, and I bid you so long for now. I am Benette Roach.